So it just went live. I get an echo from you a little bit.
All right, here, try now. How about now?
There you go. Much better.
Okay. How's it going?
Yeah, I need help.
Okay.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do on DraftKings.
Yeah.
I need to figure out these 3,200 guys, these 3,300 guys, and the West. The whole. I don't know, for a 6-game slate. I'm getting a little bit confused now. We'll wait for everybody to kind of get here. There's no news or anything, right?
Not that we have right now. Norman Powell's playing. I think that actually is really significant for my early love for the Toronto guys in case he was out.
Okay. Well, I guess let's try to separate. You want to talk about the 3K guys? I mean, like, who do you like between like Clark and Little, for example, or Melton? You know, actually, Melton's a little bit more expensive. But what are you doing with Clark and Little?
So the fact is, I don't really like any of them. But I don't see ways around just not taking some chances with some of them. It's Gary Clark is here. Like, what happens if we get like Pascal out? You know, there's a lot more. You know, he's questionable. I know that Draymond's probable, but he's questionable, and that's the late game. So I kind of am leaning to.
I mean, I see. Oh, so I saw he's probable. Well, that was from yesterday. Okay.
So like if Pascal's out also, like, I mean, first of all, the other guys you can use Looney becomes an even better play then. So if you leave Pascal in your utility spot, you can switch over to Looney if for some reason he's out. If for some reason Draymond's out, you can switch over to Looney or leave Pascal, either one. Damian Lee would also probably become in the mix a little bit.
That's the other one I wanted to ask you about, because this guy kept showing up in my crunches, and you like him a little bit, huh?
I just think that, like, we're talking about, you know, Gary Clark, Eric Pascal, who just played 8 minutes in his last game, and Nasir Little, who's also questionable. We don't even know if he's going to play. And if so, he's not going to play like the 28 minutes they were projecting earlier. Like I said, he's going to play like 20 minutes.
Right.
I mean, if there's a blowout, maybe he'll play more. But at the same time, I don't mind the idea of taking some shots with some of these guys because I don't love the other things. You can go with the Draymond route, the slightly higher value guys like him and Cole Anthony, but those are certainly not safe either.
Well, you know that Clark is starting at least. That's something.
Yeah. You know Clark is starting, and you know Looney will play minutes.
Right. We don't even know if Pascal's playing. I mean, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The problem is, though, you want to use the point guards in general, I think, in most of your spots on DraftKings. So it doesn't leave you that option, because I want to use point guards or centers, because Gobert and Vucevic are just criminally underpriced. And
go ahead.
So I'd like to. I do have Pascal in my utility in a big tournament. I don't know that I don't know if that's going to stick.
I have either Beal or Westbrook I think in every lineup.
I have Westbrook in every lineup.
You have Westbrook in every lineup.
On DraftKings, and about 40% on FanDuel too, 35%.
So that means you have no Beal, or are you going to play any with Beal and them together?
I'm not going for Beal tonight personally. Okay. I get it. I totally get it. There's other guys to spend for that are just like, you know, the Van Vliets of the world on DraftKings. You know, the Kyle Lowrys are still good plays. You know.
And you're not going to play Lillard, you said, on DraftKings, right?
I'm not playing Lillard on DraftKings.
Shit.
I have a sneaky worry that if Nasir Little is somehow out and Carmelo ends up starting and getting those 30-plus minutes in this game, he's going to go nuts.
That's interesting.
So that's what I've been trying to work on. Like,
bless you. Oh, I thought you were going to sneeze.
No, I'm just like trying to figure
guys,
throw in some questions whenever you get a chance.
You like Simons at all? I put him in one of my lineups.
I kind of do like Simons, by the way. The writing's on the wall for him to have a chance to have a good game. Like, he's been getting the upside of 30 minutes, basically, if he's playing well.
The other guy that I keep coming back to as another cheapie is Khem Birch.
Yeah, the problem is the center thing again.
Yeah.
Or the utility thing, I should say. And also, if I'm playing Vooch, it gives me more of a reason not to want to do it. But he is, like, completely a good play. He's a better play than these guys are, like, in a lot of ways, you know? And it's a
Right.
good matchup, by the way. I mean, he just put up 21 in the matchup. It wasn't that, like, that's not huge, but and I mean, if you look at his game, he's just been consistently decent, and should open up a little bit more. But the truth is, most of that time, some of that time, Aaron Gordon was gone. Also, some of it was Fournier was gone. Like there was different rotations and different things happening. You know, it's not like Aaron Gordon's gone. Now we should assume he's going to play like 30 minutes. It's not. That's just not the way they play, especially with him not starting. If he was starting, he would be like the lock of all locks, I think.
Who?
Birch.
Yeah.
There was people rumoring earlier today that he might, and I wasn't buying it personally. I do like stacking up this Orlando. I mean, they're just like it's an interesting game to stack up, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. But I am going to limit some of my Pascal.
So Birch will still get like 20, 25 minutes, right? I guess that's not enough.
No, that's fine. I mean, that's pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? It's fine. It's just he's a little more expensive. Looney probably gets similar minutes. Maybe has more upside on the minutes than Birch does, unless like he gets weird foul trouble or something. And Looney's cheaper. And I honestly like this slate is not a slate where I would suggest leaving much money on the table.
Now, just for the people out there, like why do you say it like that?
It's pretty tight, the pricing. Okay. There's a lot of underpriced plays, but they're all on the more expensive side that you need to use some value to get enough exposure to. I also think that the Celtics guys may get overlooked. I really like Kemba on FanDuel, and I like Jalen on DraftKings.
You know who actually came up with as showed up as a kind of a weird pivot on FanDuel was Tice, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Tice and the other awful one, Covington.
Covington.
Yeah, exactly, right? Let me see if anything.
Also overlooked on this slate will be Ja Morant.
Yeah, I'm going to have him a little bit.
I think that he's just worth playing. I mean, they're beating the hell out of people, and all the guys are playing great, so he hasn't had that full big explosion game, but it's coming. It's just a matter of time.
And what do you think of the other Minnesota guy, like Memphis guys, the Anthony Melton or even Tyus Jones?
Yeah.
Not much, huh?
I just don't think I'm going to do it, to be honest. I'm just trying to think of a way that I would, and I just don't think it's going to happen. One of the interesting things I'm running into, though, is like Jaylen Brown is I really like him, but I also really like Brogdon, and you run into them at the same price, I feel like, a lot.
That's interesting.
In some of the guard spots. But actually, I don't want to be using these guys in my utility for the most part, so it's kind of going against my little plan.
What about Jeremy Lamb starting?
Yeah, I like Jeremy Lamb. I'm using him and he and Vooch he and Ross a little bit for my middling guys, you know?
Yeah. I'm just updating my stuff here.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see if there's any questions in a minute. I'm just taking a quick little glance. Oh, I love Kawhi, by the way, and Paul George. But it's easier for me to get in Kawhi more.
On FanDuel, right?
No, on both sides.
Okay.
Yeah. It's so hard for me to see not one of them getting 50, you know, in this matchup.
Yeah.
Really hard to see.
I mean, remember, because everybody's, you know, that's on the one hand, it's true that that Washington, Portland, neither of them play defense, but you know they haven't played any defense in Brooklyn in a while either.
Yep.
Did you know, by the way, that since Harden was traded, Houston's #1 in defensive efficiency?
Yes, I do.
I did not know that till today.
It's kind of amazing, but I definitely noticed that. Yeah, I'm sort of stuck in a funny range with some of these lineups here. Clark. It's really hard though because I want to play, you know, George and Kawhi in most of my lineups, one of those two. But it's really hard to find Brooklyn. Like I just don't see it.
Well, you're making life very easy on yourself, not playing Lillard.
Kind of. It definitely narrows my range of everything.
Yeah, and it'll let you have a little more fun.
I expect Lillard to have a good game tonight. This is
obviously, but even if you get 60, that's probably not good enough.
I wouldn't be playing anybody at 10K on. There's nobody I'm even considering at 10K on DraftKings. The closest one is Kawhi, who I feel like is a lock to get 50.
Right.
And I don't think Kawhi. I don't think that as good as Lillard is, he has to play really well still to get 60 fantasy points. It's not like he's going to have like 15 boards like some of these other guys will.
That's a good point.
He's not likely to get 7 steals like Paul George might tonight. You know what I mean?
Paul George to get 6 steals.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
No, I got you.
That kind of thing. Little.
Let me see what this looks like. If anything's different because of Birch not starting.
I'm using the Utah excuse for not playing all like the Gobert is just that they're going to blow him out, but he still probably goes nuts. But that's one thing I've had a little bit of an issue with. I do like Brogdon a lot too, by the way. His usage is pretty incredible without these guys. I just wish that he flashed more of the ceiling more often. And I think Memphis has been playing really good basketball. Like, I don't necessarily trust in all their defense, but I think they've been playing really well. So what I'm doing, Sheets, on my I have two big lineups on DraftKings, and one of them I'm going to put Clark. I'm going to play all of Clark, Pascal, and Little.
You're going to play Clark, Pascal, and who?
Little.
Wow, that's awesome.
So but then my other one, I'm going to leave them all out. You know what I mean?
Right.
And those are all the value potential plays. And then there's still things I can do because I'm also playing Jaylen Brown in one of those where I could do the late game switch. I've also got Gobert in the lineup, so I can do a late switch with him. It's hard not to lock in Vooch and Westbrook for me on DraftKings. It really is.
Do you have any Justin Holiday?
No, but I get it. I just don't.
You do?
He's not my kind of he's not my kind of a guy usually to play.
Yeah.
It's always it's never like the ceiling is like him making 5 threes, which is just, sure, go ahead.
Right.
I think I will play a Looney lineup though in my other one.
You know who
I kind of like this Looney idea actually.
You know who I was getting? First of all, Powell's playing. Right, you told me that.
Who is? Yeah.
Well, you know who is showing up in a lineup? And so that's one of your sneaky guys, like Isaiah Stewart.
I had him earlier, but I just didn't end up with it. I don't know what else,
No, that makes sense.
I'm trying to keep my Rosses and my Anthonys away from each other.
keep your Rosses and Anthonys away from me.
On FanDuel, I think it's fine because I'm game stacking that full game in some lineups, but overall, I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm actually tempted to play Paul George and Kawhi together. I feel like they're getting 110 combined, and it's just sitting there waiting for you. I mean, we've watched just everybody just rip this Brooklyn team apart. But then again, we could say the same thing about Washington, Portland. But I don't know. It just feels like something's going to happen there.
I'm also getting a decent amount of Cole Anthony even on DraftKings.
Yeah,
and that kind of scares me just a smidge. But I'm not gonna get. I won't take that much of him though.
I hate these position eligibilities really bother me.
What do you mean?
I mean, like Kawhi should be small forward, power forward.
Okay.
Should at least be shooting guard, small forward. Jaylen Brown should be point guard, small forward, or power forward, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes DraftKings fun, right?
But it shouldn't be that. Like some of the guys, they have flexible positions though, and it just doesn't seem to make a lot of there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to it, in my opinion. It doesn't make sense why they just switch guys up.
What
the sneaky play is over Draymond Green. I just wish the game started later because I still think we might hear something in that late game these days.
Yeah.
It would be Xavier Tillman.
Yeah, you keep coming back to him.
I think he would have played 30 minutes the other night, and he would have put up 45 fantasy points last night. And people would be all over him today. He was 1 rebound away from the double-double bonus. He only played 24 minutes because they were up by 30. And he was not until he missed his last rotation, which would have been probably 6 more minutes. He was smashing when he was in there. He looked really good to me. To gamble with this Carmelo thing. So the interesting thing is the Carmelo, if Nasir Little's out, I'm definitely going to make that gamble, I think. But
you really think Nasir Little's got a chance of being out, huh?
No, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, look, we'll know about that one before that game starts. But I can always just, I don't think Bertans is the worst play in the world if I wanted to just commit something, but I'm not going to do that. I just think there's this slate, like there feels like all these plays, but they're not really as good as they seem. Like they're all like the Draymond Green type of thing.
I have a comment. I'm not. Don't take this as a recommendation or whatever.
Okay.
But Derrick Rose is 4,500.
I know.
Just a comment. That's all.
I'm aware, man. I thought about it. I don't understand why they just will not give him more than these 20 minutes. And I would say it's because they're getting blown out, but this is a game that looks like they'd be getting blown out too.
Pretty good.
It is kind of crazy because he is a guy I keep coming back to that price range. I also have some Jackson and some Turner on FanDuel. Josh Jackson.
You like Ingles at all?
Not especially, but he fits in some things, so I get it.
Yeah. That looks pretty good. Can you play Ja and Melton together?
Probably
not.
Melton. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you're just narrowing. The sneaky play, though, might be, I'm telling you, Plumlee was 0.6% owned last night. I think I might play Plumlee in the last game here.
Yeah, I like that.
It makes some sense.
Mike Conley, you getting any of him?
I am not ending up there, no.
No.
I do think Reggie Jackson's sneaky.
Ooh, yeah.
He's another
guy kept showing up for me.
What's that?
He's another guy kept showing up in builds.
He plays with the same mindset Kawhi does.
Right.
I actually think I'm going to use him
Westbrook. That looks really good, just like that. Why do I need to be fancy? Let me just do that. Play Westbrook just like that and be done with it. I don't know, play Georgie Dang. We're going to look for questions in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to do that in a second.
3 of those. Blake Griffin? No.
I'm not going to be able to do that one.
Looking at Blake Griffin, that's not going to work for me. Lillard. What about something crazy? What about Kemba on DraftKings?
Yeah, I actually think it's an interesting. It's like the right time to speculate. I think on that. Come on, DraftKings. DraftKings still hasn't sent me my money yet.
This is where I brag. No, they didn't owe me any.
Oh, you brag by not playing. No, you must have known it cheats. How did you know it?
I knew.
You knew that game was not going to play.
No, I had it. I just cashed the other one.
All right, I'm going to go over to FanDuel in a minute and talk a little bit about positions. But guys,
I'm going to do that too.
All right, I have to pull up. Even when there's not new news, it's just the NBA is I'm just constantly on edge. I'm waiting for something constantly to break.
waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to pull up.
Something's going to happen. I don't know. I've got a feeling. All right, guys. Let's see. We got a few questions in here. All right, nice. Good job, Drac. All right, what's up? FanDuel shooting guards. Who do I like? Okay, let's talk about some FanDuel then. I like Terrence Ross, Paul George. I have some Donovan Mitchell because he fits. I don't love it. Jeremy Lamb, Jordan Clarkson. Those would be the guys I'm choosing between. Mostly it's Ross and George for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give me a second. I'll get right there. Just want to finish this one thing, and then I'll probably be.
We'll go
done.
in FanDuel in a minute, guys.
Yeah, I'll be there in a sec.
Any Serge Ibaka love tonight? I actually like the play. I think that I can get behind it. I don't find myself using him because I like that center position, and it's kind of too close to Price Gobert and all that stuff in the minutes. But I kind of think it's sneaky. I think that Reggie Jackson could go mental, Karen's. Look, it's a high risk play, but I don't think it's as high risk as maybe people think. He's in a good spot. I don't even mind playing him with one of Paul George or Kawhi. Favorite cheap middle small forwards. Okay, so what do you mean middle? Cheeks, what do you think you mean? I guess I'll go to it because you
middling.
Like maybe like a cheap middle. Well, I'm the guy who's weird enough to play Josh Jackson on FanDuel tonight. I think that Jeremy Lamb and Terrence Ross is he forward eligible over here? Is he only shooting guard eligible? He's shooting forward eligible.
I'm gonna pull up my FanDuel.
Jeremy Grant is like a higher value. Kawhi Leonard's a great price.
You made a good point, which kind of scared me off him a little bit. I'm still going to play him, but your point about Grant is very well taken. That he's a good play and everything, but he, all of his big blow up games was with people out.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let me take a look and see what I have on FanDuel. Hold on. Let me launch this one more time. I'm going to pull up my lineups too.
I'll answer some more questions, guys. We got a couple of them through, but I'll answer some more.
Do this and then. All right. So for me, at point guard, it's still the same two cheap guys and the one expensive guy. So I like Lillard. And then I like either Cole Anthony or Kemba. Those are my and then if you wanted to pay down, I think that Simons is a good play also.
Yeah, here I'll get over to it in a second. I'm just editing one quick lineup because I wanted to get some exposure to this other game that I didn't. Okay, let me grab this real quick. Yeah, I don't feel good about having as little. Like, I feel like I should have like 50% of Kawhi and Paul George. I keep ending up with more Kawhi, with more Paul George on FanDuel, on DraftKings.
I have just so you know, I'm only playing 4 lineups on FanDuel. 2 of them have Paul George and 2 of them have Kawhi.
Yeah, that makes sense to me on FanDuel, but on DraftKings, no one's going to play him, and they're the same great plays.
Yeah,
you're really going to be way, way, way under-owned. I feel like it's something we need to try and be on a little bit.
So are we talking about FanDuel though?
Yeah, I'll go back to DraftKings afterwards. Okay, I'll answer the rest of the questions. Then let's go. We'll talk FanDuel. Clarkson game. I could see Clarkson. I have a little bit of. I have Clarkson and Josh Jackson in a little blowout hoping game. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like.
That would be kind of fun. PG and Leonard together is money. I think it might be, man. I really think that you can play a couple of these guys against Brooklyn. We've seen it work out a lot. Low on all the usage. Also, it's a small slate. It's not like we need to get 75 out of each of them. They can get 60 and be thrilled. Ja hasn't played 30 minutes yet. It's honestly been game flow oriented, and the fact that the backup guys are literally playing, they're the nuts right now. DeAnthony Melton has been playing as well as anybody in basketball, and Bane has been great as well. So is Tyus Jones really good. They just have a lot of guards. I'm not playing Melton today. I'm going to take a quick look and see what Melton's ownership is on DK. It's actually pretty high. I'm not doing it, guys. Go ahead. Everybody else can jump on that one. I'm gonna skip it personally. Not a good matchup either, and it's just not for me. Pascal or Clark for FanDuel GPP. My only way I'm playing them is together. Honestly, it's just the way that I'm doing it.
On FanDuel?
Yeah, on FanDuel too.
What is Clark? What's his position on FanDuel? He's power forward.
Clark is power forward.
I don't like him there.
Who's the other value guy you got for me?
I like Pascal better than him. By a lot.
The only thing you know is Clark's probably going to play 30 minutes. Pascal might play 6.
I'd rather go play Tristan Thompson, honestly, or Birch than. You
can't afford those guys. Those guys you can't afford them.
Tristan Thompson's 3,800.
Thompson, you could. But
He's
so
3,800. I mean,
yeah, I know, but like, why is he gonna he's gonna play less minutes? He's a low production guy too.
okay. All right, fair enough.
Clark's in a better matchup. He just never gets He got 20 once.
Want to play Isaiah Stewart?
Yeah, I don't think it's optimal for FanDuel either. Okay, so let's go through the positions on FanDuel.
Yeah.
All right.
So point guard, I already said I like Lillard, Kemba, and Cole Anthony.
For me, it's Lillard, Westbrook, and Anthony and Walker.
Kemba, right? And I'm doing one with Simons also.
Okay.
I mean, he's nothing. He's 3,600 or something, whatever. Yeah. Over there. Shooting guard. I think Paul George is the best play. But I would be remiss to not mention Bradley Beal. And then if you wanted to pay down again, you could do. For me, it's between three guys, between Ross, Lamb, and not pay down that much, but Clarkson.
Yeah. Shooting guard for me is I don't love I don't love a lot of this FanDuel stuff tonight, to be honest with you, but I know how I'm going to get different, so I got that. Terrence Ross, Jeremy Lamb, Paul George, Donovan Mitchell are my most used guys. I honestly am not touching anybody else that much except for Jordan Clarkson. Oh, and I have a couple of Fred VanVleet lineups.
At small forward. So first of all, I think you could as I said, I'm playing either Kawhi or Paul George. So in the non-Paul George lineups, I have Kawhi at small forward. I still think that Jeremy Grant's a good play. And I still think that Kelly Oubre is a good play. But two other guys. One is you could play, if he plays, obviously, you can play Nasir Little if you want on FanDuel at the minimum cost, if you want to do that. And another guy that I have right now, which I need to be kind of talked off of. I mean, I'm just too lazy to rebuild. But I have Rui Hachimura right now.
Me too.
Oh, beautiful. He's staying then. Then he's staying.
I have him in actually one of my bigger buy-ins.
He's staying then. Perfect.
I like Kawhi the most at small forward, followed by I'm gonna have some Little because I'm gonna do some double paying up at point guards and just end up with him sometimes.
Nice.
I don't love it though. I don't like it even. Jeremy Grant, we need to know Little starting before I do anything. So that hasn't come in yet or anything. But if anybody sees that, let us know in chat.
What time does that game start?
Fine. What's that?
What time does that game start? Oh, that's early. That's early. Okay.
It's early-ish, yeah. Nasir Little, but anyway, I think that Oubre and Hachimura are the middling guys I like the most. I like Hachimura; he'll be unowned. And if you can afford double pay ups, you could play Jaylen Brown, but I would probably play Kawhi Leonard over him. All right, you ready for power forward sheets?
Yes. Power forward. I am. I'm paying down for the chalky
Pascal
Warriors, both Pascal and Draymond. The other thing that I'm doing is little pivots, but still within the same range. Is I'm playing one lineup with Covington.
I like it,
and the other one with, as I mentioned, with Tice. And there is one lineup that I am going to pay up for Sabonis.
Yeah, I'm a little bit intrigued by Tice tonight. I kind of like that idea. I like Sabonis. I'm going to play some Pascal. Sorry. It's just happening. Just something that's going to happen. I don't like it that much. I'm going to take some of the Draymond too. Sabonis is probably my favorite play up here. I do like a little bit of the Covington thing, which you mentioned. And then my wild off the board play is the guy I should be playing over Clark, and that's Harry Giles.
Ooh, look at that.
And Brandon Clark. Sorry, Brandon Clark.
Look at that. Harry Giles, right back to it.
I just got a feeling one of these. This feels like the game. Last game felt like the game too when the blowout happened. I'm surprised they didn't play him the minutes. That actually meant they valued him. I don't know. So I don't love the forward positions here today. So I'm trying to get different where I can, and it's probably what I'm going to end up doing in a lot of these. I mean, I have some lineups with like 3 and 4 players from Portland. Like it's pretty nuts on FanDuel.
Yeah, I have some with like 3 Warriors. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm trying to avoid the playing Pascal and Draymond together.
Yeah, I get it.
Just because I am.
It's so cheap, though. I mean,
yeah. I do think it's weird that no one's going to play Brandon Clark. It's not like a loaded position with these obvious other plays.
So here's the last real decision I'm making on FanDuel is going to be at the center position. So right now I have again 4 lineups. I have 2 of them with Vooch and 2 of them with Cantor. So literally nothing earth shattering there. I presume those are going to be the 2 chalkiest guys.
Yeah, I think I want to throw in some Turner.
So if you let me finish, what I was going to say is.
Sorry, I didn't know you were still going. I'm sorry.
What I was going to say is I'm thinking of throwing in some Turner. And I wanted to get your opinion on that.
There you go. I guess you got it, huh?
So which one shall I? So instead of, I know the easiest thing to say is, well, I just put him in for Cantor and then just kind of screw around a little bit. So I guess Vooch is still the best play, right?
Yeah.
What I can do is if I put him in for Cantor, then I could probably decouple my one of my Green Pascal lineups probably. Pay down a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, was there a 4,400 or 4,500 power forward I could replace Green with? Probably,
yeah.
Right?
Covington.
That's right. Or Tice. Okay. And I'm replacing Cantor with Covington, so that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go do that then. So the only question is going to be in this one or in that one. It's got to be in that one actually, because the only Cantor one that has the 2 paired is this. So let's edit this one. We're going to go to Turner. And then we're going to take Green out. And then we're going to put in Covington. Covington doesn't work. Covington's too expensive. God damn it.
You said for Green.
No, but I'm giving 400 hours more to Turner.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, I know. Oh no, I thought he was power forward. I thought I was getting into playing Josh Jackson. I can play Tice. That's what I could do. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna play Tice over here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm liking this Nasir Little thing less and less. Just it doesn't feel right.
Really?
It was just a fluky thing. Yeah. I mean, I still have some of them, so don't get me wrong, but it just something doesn't sit right with me about it. I can't figure out who else I could spend down on at small forward, though. There's really like no option that really feels good.
What I think I have to do is, I think I got to swap these 2 lineups. I think I got the 555 where the 444 is supposed to be. Okay.
You know what? I think that's the answer. I think we just play Josh Jackson instead of just pay up a little bit, take a shot on a guy who can actually do something. I know that Nas Little had 1 game, guys. It's not.
What's Josh Jackson's price?
4,400. He's a little more expensive.
On which site?
DraftKings. I'm sorry, FanDuel. Doesn't quite suit. I don't quite like it.
This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the monster.
It's a really good Covington game. environment, but then again, he doesn't do anything ever anyway.
He doesn't.
He did against the Bulls. He put up 29, which I would be happy to take today. Believe me.
Vooch. Which one is this? Vooch.
All right, guys, pop some QQs, and I'm going to jump back in the chat in a second.
Green.
Take a quick look at this.
Which one is green? Hold on.
What are you struggling with over there, man?
No, I'm just doing some pasting here, and I just want to make sure I paste the right one on the right one. Yeah, we're going to put it over here. Right? Okay. So this here. Oops.
Do you know who leads the NBA in three-point shooting?
Not Duncan Robinson, I guess.
Wayne Ellington.
You know, you told me that earlier today. That's right.
He did go 0 for 5 in his last game, but man, he really does. He's been on fire before. 6 for 9, 4 for 8, 6 for 9, 4 for 6, 6 for 10, 4 for 9, 7 for 11, 3 for 5. That's crazy. And he is literally a shooting reliant player. Ugh, I'm just stuck over here. Cannot get this lineup to make sense the way that I want it. It's driving me nuts.
This is the one we're going to put in the Lillard Ross. Okay, so then this one's going to go Anthony Lillard, which is one of the three.
Ugh, I'm in some very uncomfortable territory here. Don't like what I've got going.
We're 514. Okay, so this is here. And then 7. So this is the one that's going to go into the box. This one right here. And this one. Now we'll get back into some more questions. I think this is the end of the road for me here. Let's see. Yeah, I just didn't feel comfortable enough putting Turner in the 555.
Mm-hmm.
So I put him in the 44 instead. That's what I was struggling with. Okay. Let me look at some questions if there are any. Let's see. Okay. Is Looney a good play on DraftKings? Sure.
Yeah, I have some interest in him. I have some of them.
Now here's another thing I will tell you, Drac. Maybe this is exaggerating, but if what's his name? If Lillard does get 70, it does not necessarily mean that wins.
I agree.
It probably means it wins, but not definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just saying. So little all these Qs, all these Q tags.
I just need to know whether he's starting even.
Oh, little. Okay. And what time does his game start?
I mean, imagine they'd start him. They won. It starts at 8 Eastern.
That's the problem. The problem is that Gary Clark starts before him.
Yeah.
No Steph Curry tonight?
What?
This is what Timothy just came in and said.
Did he say with a question mark?
He's just saying no Steph Curry tonight. So let's.
Well, what does that mean? Is that a question?
Does that mean we're not playing him or he's not playing?
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I'm going to find out right now. Hold on. Okay. Don't worry. But I appreciate that. Listen, I'm not mad if it was just a misspeak, but.
I like Kemba on FanDuel for that last question.
Nah, it would be in here, the Discord. To answer your question, the problem is a couple of things. because I literally almost did it. I literally almost put Curry in my in my big one on DraftKings actually. Then I ended up having 0. It's just maybe it's like too simple to say this, but a couple of things. Number one, it's just so much better to play Westbrook at 9,100, than to pay Curry at 9,800. That was like the first thing. But the other thing is that what teams have been doing to Golden State,
Mm-hmm.
they've been fronting him and just not letting him have the ball. And I think that could be a Brad Stevens type of thing to do, which makes those other guys.
In all fairness, there is no Marcus Smart tonight, and they're not quite the same team defensively. Especially you add Kemba, take away Marcus Smart, all of a sudden they're not quite the defensive team that they have been.
That is true. Kemba's not the greatest defender, by the way.
No, he's not. That's what I'm saying. Not at all.
If Lillard was out, then fire up Carmelo, RJ is saying. It's a pretty intriguing idea. The Bobby will just end up mad because he's probably going to play Carmelo anyway.
Debating.
No Smart, low-owned Curry. Well, you'll be low-owned. Promise you that. The only problem is that you can't really pivot to him later. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're playing like Tatum or something like that. Speaking of which, playing any Tatum?
Brandon Clark is such a good tournament play on FanDuel. I think I just have to force him in.
I have a Jaylen Brown. Oh, see, this is what I have. This is good. I have one DraftKings lineup with Jaylen Brown and Kemba together on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
I could turn that into a Curry anything later if I felt like it. And this is the one line. This is the one doesn't have. This draft doesn't have anybody from the Washington game.
Nice.
Literally nobody.
I like it.
Oh, excuse me. It's got Covington. That's it. Just Covington. The other thing I would say, by the way, I'm not saying he's necessarily going to break the slate, but don't forget that that with Aaron Gordon out, Evan Fournier is going to be shooting the shit out of the ball. Just throwing it out there.
He just can't, he has to. He has to. Just in order to get there, he's got to really, really shoot the hell out of the ball.
Yep. He's got to shoot a lot of it and make him.
Yeah. Are we sure that Royce O'Neal is not a better play than Draymond Green? I'm not sure of it. I think it's really close.
Yeah, he's tilted me just a hair the other day.
What has he done wrong lately?
Well, he just didn't get there for me in the last 2 minutes when I needed him. That's all. Nothing wrong, really.
He's actually playing pretty well fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
Ugh, I really hate it.
You're saying that O'Neal is not a better play than what about blowout? What about back to the Yang guy from Utah or something like that? Or what about your Derek Favors?
It just feels too reachy, even though there's no other real value. It's just this value seems like more of a reachy value. I don't know. It's not a bad idea. I'm open to someone wanting to try that. I don't think it'll be me.
No. So we're just really waiting on this year Little starting.
What happens when he's not starting? What happens then? He's going to start. He'll be starting. They're not going to change it after they just won the game. But just beware of his minutes and also how much usage is taken.
Well, who would start instead of him?
Carmelo, for one.
Is Trent starting?
Trent probably will start alongside him, yeah.
Okay.
Imagine it would be Trent, Covington, Cantor.
Rodney
Hood could start.
That is very true.
That is actually very, very true.
That is very possible.
So we have to keep our eye out for that
What's
one.
the guy going to do, though? I mean, I know it's blowout run, but he did score 30 points.
I know. But it was and also they got blown out. It wasn't like he had a good plus minus.
Right. It's not like the coach was in a good mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If they were blowing somebody out and then he helped them and increased from 20 to 40 or whatever.
He's gonna play 8 minutes tonight, right? Is that the story?
Probably.
If he doesn't start, I don't think I'm gonna play a share of it.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can if no one else is going to play him, but people will still play him if it's this late.
So I'm not going to be able to pivot off of Clark and I pivot to Clark because that news is going to come out. Aren't we probably supposed to? No, I was going to say we're supposed to replace all of our Little with Clark for now, but I don't want too much Clark, right?
Then you're locking into Little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, right.
I mean, you can leave enough room to play Pascal. I hate how much Draymond Green is popping up in my lineups. It really is bothering me.
I know. Like right now, my top owned guys on DraftKings are Vooch and Westbrook, and then Little. So, and Draymond. Sorry, forgot Draymond. I don't think I'm going to swap to Avdia, Zane.
Do you know who I am getting some of on DraftKings though? Is Plumlee. Like if that game stays close, they're going to try and keep him on the court until he fouls out. Now they've been blown out a couple times lately.
Tyler's ruining my life because I did see a couple of lineups in my earlier crunch with Bacon, and I just ignored them. And I just figured he would just go away. And now Tyler's reminding me of him. Do you think Dwayne Bacon could have a solid game? No, but he can play minutes. You know what I mean? Like,
no, he's not even starting. No. If you're gonna play Ennis over him. If you're gonna play either of them, and don't play too much James Ennis either.
Steve L, would you play Clark and Tillman together on FanDuel for all the cheese?
I kind of like it. By the way, they're gonna need size to match up in this game. They didn't play that many minutes last night on the front end because of the blowout. I actually don't mind that, man. The problem is you're giving up on playing Sabonis in one of those spots, and I kind of like him as the best run back guy on FanDuel. But you could try and get Brogdon into the point guard spot. Then you're really going out there.
What about now that you mention it, Zane? That's not the worst idea in the world.
Which one? Which part?
Avdia. He's starting. He's 36,700.
I wonder if his minutes limit's still there. Let me just see real quick.
COVID played 16 minutes in his return Sunday.
Maybe he plays 20.
But would they start him to play 20 minutes?
He started already last time.
Oh, he started in the last game?
I'm sure he started. Okay. Usually with rookies, they don't usually change their role.
But that's what I think I'm going to do. By the way, if I think I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. By the way, if you play Little and then he gets scratched or not starting.
Yeah.
Remember it's a 140-point total game, and the reason we're playing Little is that because he's 3K and he's going to be on the court. Why is Avdia in a worse situation?
He's supposed to play more minutes. He has a much. Westbrook and Beal are two of the highest usage players in the NBA.
Right.
They can get you some open looks though. On the flip side, he can hit some threes because of those guys. I don't mind it. I throw Avdia in a lineup or two.
Yeah,
it's not the worst thing. It really isn't.
That could get me. That can get me to rebuild some of these multiple Draymond Green lineups I got going. How about Luke Kennard? I don't think I would play I don't think I would. Maybe this is a bad idea. I don't think I would play Lou Williams or any of or Luke Kennard, for example.
I don't think they're quite the right price, to be honest. But I don't think it's like god awful or anything.
So I'm just planning my dinner right now because I'm eating at 7. So when we get the news that Little is out or not starting, I have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do. So I got the one lineup on FanDuel I got to deal with, not a big deal. And then I got several lineups on DraftKings I got to deal with. Oswaldo, if Boucher goes off, it is all yours.
I actually thought about him as a play earlier because I thought the slate was going to – but you can get different other places today. But you know what? It's not a bad idea. There's some weird things you can. There's a lot of weird things that could happen in the game.
It's bad. I guess it's basketball, but
I have way too much Pascal still, and I don't even like him now. But I can switch him on to anybody else later if I want to.
I remember it was opening day? One of the first days he busted the entire universe.
Has that in his game? It's in his bag of tricks.
It sure is. That's part of his skill set.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think I'm pretty much ready though. Like, let's see what we got. Any questions? Simmons' value on shooting guard on DraftKings seems legit. I actually think that there is a shot with Simmons. He's gonna have to play his way, but it's a good game environment to do so. Can swap to Avdia. I can't really swap to him because I don't have the extra 200 in those lineups. All right, how about over here? I got that one. And then utility position: Brogdon, Siakam, Brown, or Mitchell.
I think all 4 of those plays are really sneaky.
Those are all good plays.
Yeah,
Brogdon's sneaky. I personally have the most Siakam and Brown of that group.
I would also say that that Jaylen Brown's going to correlate decently with some of this Golden State stuff if you play it.
Yeah. Here's how you get different. You take Siakam and Pascal and turn it into Brown and Looney, although Brown's going to be popular too.
Let me see if anything's coming up in the Discord. Let's do Trent and Morant, Lowry. If no Nasir Little, Gary Trent. Thoughts? Yeah, there's another guy that came up in one of my builds. Did you look at? I can't do this. I'm not playing I'm not playing Garrison Matthews.
Sort of a similar thinking into Avdia.
So Garrison Matthews isn't starting.
Yeah, but that you could argue that's a lot better because that means one of Beal or Westbrook is off the court part of the time.
I guess so. Yeah, you want whoever that is on the court with Westbrook.
Yeah.
Beal ain't passing anybody. Yeah, all 3 of those guys are going to be cash plays on DraftKings.
Yeah.
Those Warriors, I mean.
Yep. Wait, who the third one?
I think that the Pascal. Oh, maybe not.
Just Pascal and Draymond.
Right. And I thought Pascal, Looney, and Draymond.
I don't think Looney would be in the cash game thing.
Oh no. Okay.
It's too strong a position with Gobert and alone. But I am giving myself some Looney here.
So it's 6:54. So
in a lot of Looney actually.
So in 3 minutes they announced Toronto Orlando is canceled. Is that the story?
Apparently, par for the course these days.
Yeah. So the Little boy, if Little comes out like right now is not starting, there's people are going to be steamrolling to switch some Clark lineup.
I don't think people are playing him that much.
Who, Little?
I think that it's fallen off. I think that like the talk got people off of them or something.
Think so?
I do. I just feel like it.
Like right now, I mean, like I ran one like 10 minutes ago. Let me show you the most. I will share my most recent aggregate ownership report. I have Nasir Little at 15%.
Yeah, see?
Yep.
That's a lot less than we were expecting earlier today.
I have the top owned guy is Vooch, and then Pascal, then Draymond, Westbrook, Sabonis. There's a bunch of 20s I have. Lillard, Cole Anthony. Yeah, Looney, I only have about 10. I have him at only 10%. Bradley Beal going to score 70 fantasy points at 10%?
F this. I'm playing the guy I want to play.
I got you.
No. What's that? Sorry, Bradley Beal?
Yeah.
How many does he have to score?
70?
You might. I still just think that you're playing Westbrook. I'm just playing Westbrook here. I'm not playing as much of Westbrook on FanDuel, but still some.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so 4 minutes until we get to find out that Kyle Lowry is 5%.
I have a lot of Van Vliet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got rid of some of it because I didn't feel like I needed it so much after some of the other things that came in.
I'll tell you this, it's a little tilting to see all these Q tags in your lines, these big new red Qs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have a little green check mark. It's starting. Let's see. Who's my favorite center on FanDuel today? For me, it's two of them. It's Cantor and Vooch, and as Bobby re-emphasized to me that the next pivot would be Turner.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're good.
Well, let's just see a second. You never know what's going to happen the last 3 minutes.
All right, we'll wait 3 minutes.
We have to get the 3 minutes here. Is there any other questions you noticed pop up? Just because
you know what? It's been a very peaceful.
Yeah, it got a little hostile there for a little while. I felt like.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean a little peaceful run up until lock. I mean, as far as news goes.
Yeah.
Good luck, Mr. Tillman.
Oh, I've got it. I've got the 2v2. Go!
What happened?
I just hate that they don't make Reggie Jackson shooting guard eligible on DraftKings anymore.
You're better off. You should be happy.
I don't think so.
Oh, you think he's going to do something?
I wanted to play him with Kawhi, actually.
Oh, my. Let me see some of this. What, baseball? What terrible Discord you guys have. Not you. MMA. It's all good because MMA is back this week. This NBA. Still nothing on Little. Landry Shamet, no.
Meeting 7?
Yeah, so it looks like I'm not going to have the Little news before I have to leave.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's that great of a play anyway, to be honest. I've got a little bit of him where I'm really punting and stars and scrubbing it. But in general, I don't think you're missing.
I think if he starts, he's a pretty good play.
Yeah, he's okay. All right, guys. Good luck to everyone out there. Thanks for hanging in there.
Sounds good. Good luck. And we got a big one. We got a big one tomorrow.
Oh boy.
I'll talk. You know what? That's a really big mistake by DraftKings by not doing the refund before lock.
I mean, I know they refunded other people. I just didn't get mine.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they should give you the money so that you can plow it back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. All right, guys. Good luck, and hopefully we'll sweat later.